And again, I know today is Thursday, May 9th, 2024. I want to say the service has been out for maybe 2 weeks.
Mhm.
The iGUIDE lead magnet. Is it too soon to ask you about feedback from real estate photographers?
So it's interesting. We reached out to people before we released this to get feedback, and what we noticed was that people immediately understood the value of generating leads, but what they didn't immediately realize was that the lead generation in a 3D tour would create essentially like a feedback mechanism. So there's nothing more boring than talking about web traffic. Unless you find that really exciting, which is cool.
Yeah.
So, the number of views is a valuable stat in terms of how well a virtual tour is performing, for sure. It's on the internet. But the number of people that have reached out because of the tour is so vastly more important that that's the thing that we're sort of looking to see if people appreciate or pick up on, and that's that feedback is no longer either non-existent or meek. It's pretty incredible, because if you can say that your virtual tour connected you with 10, 20, 30 buyers, that's absolutely massive. And we're hoping that shows like value essentially for the 3D tour experience at iGUIDE. And then that translates into something that our real estate photographers or service providers get to see. So that's what we're hoping for in terms of feedback.
We've talked about the iGUIDE lead magnet specifically for leads for real estate agents. Chris, with your background as a real estate photographer in your previous life, do you see the iGUIDE lead magnet as potentially being a lead magnet for real estate photographers as well, the way they show off a particular tour?
Absolutely. Whoever's connected to the banner was going to receive the email. So someone can use it as a demo for their services. Absolutely. It's also viable for rental properties. There's no reason why you couldn't use it. And there's probably applications we haven't even thought of yet, across a whole bunch of different industries. Yeah.
Okay. So while we tried to stay laser sharp focus for real estate agents, real estate photographers, in terms of verticals, and in addition to rental properties, have you given any other thought in terms of other use cases for the iGUIDE lead magnet in other verticals?
Well, I think it would be great for construction. I mean, if you're, we have a lot of photographers that are now branching out into construction in off-season times and otherwise. So if you have a construction project and you do an iGUIDE, you can anonymize it so that people can't find the property, by, outdoor details or otherwise. You could add that lead gen magnet into that. I mean, and ask people, in terms of getting their project done. If they like your kitchen, they like your work, you're shopping online at night, that's a great way to drive leads, right? For for projects and otherwise. I think anytime that you introduce a lead gen form, you can find an application for it. Just because if you're showing off your work and you're using the iGUIDE, there's probably ways that you can, implement it into your business.